love the cock next door. The rooster. The rooster next door. I love it. I can't do it as high pitched as him. He's really high. Look what I made. Scrambled egg. Scrambled eggs with toast on cheese, Colby cheese, butter, not margarine. Just talking to the rooster. Um, I lightened up my hair a bit, but then I put some purple back in just this dreadlock, but I feel like it looks a bit weird now, so I can't wait for this one to fade out. Just, it shouldn't have been at the roots, it should have been just at the bottom. So yeah, but it's okay. You know, look, and I shaved the sides a bit more. I like it just a little bit, but I could just shave that off and have a side shave again. What do you think? I mean, it does suit me, the side shave, and it looks fresh as fuck. Do you want to do it later? Let's go do it later. I'll be like, I dyed this dreadlock too purple. Ready? It needs to be like crocheted anyway. It needs to be fully dreadlocked because it's still not there. Let's just cut it off, bro. My hair's still a bit frizzy from the beach rain, but I didn't wash it. Still got salt, salt water and salt spray and lots of rain in it. Anyway, speaking of rain, that was great that it rained. It was so hot at the beach, and it was beautiful, like feeling the heat and the rain on my skin at the same time. Like being in the rain and not feeling cold is an amazing feeling. Um, Going for a swim in the night time when it's warm enough too is also an amazing feeling. I don't really swim in the ocean when it's dark much because it's usually too cold. And yeah, the other night it was amazing. Also, it was raining. The rain on my skin while being in the water. Like that was just. It was so nice, and I felt the little raindrops on my skin for so many hours while hanging out with my friends in the heat down there. That for the next day, I kept saying like, "Is that rain?" as we walked along, and they're like, "No, it's not raining." I'm like, I swear I could feel like droplets on my skin just because I got so used to it from because it was so warm. I didn't have to take shelter, if that makes sense. So, yep. Hmm. Also, sorry. Also, mm, it gave me the opportunity to, like I said, take shelter under the trees, and we made this little camp on this grass that had gone flat. This dry grass, long dry grass, and it was all flat like a carpet. And we were just sitting there, and me and some of my best mates were really enjoying hanging out under that tree at the beach while it rained around us. People would walk past and be like, "Hey, you found the dry spot? Could you, can we get in? Can I join?" So then we had a few people, and then my other friend come along, and she was like, had all this stuff she wanted to tell us, so that was great. Being able to sit there and listen to her. Um, feel the rain on my skin. Just enjoy the company of my friends. I love those people. I fucking love those people. I love Lydia, but I especially love Sean. Like, I went up behind Sean. I had a moment. I had a moment with some tears, actually, because something had happened. Um, I walked up behind. I was looking for nobody just to get amongst it, just amongst the music again. Um, But then I think I was looking for Sean because I was thinking, who's my one really good friend that I can go get a hug off here? And it was Sean. And then I looked up. I went, oh, Sean. I saw him, and it was loud, so he didn't hear me or see me. But he happened to turn around and see me at the same time that I. And that's not the first time that's happened. That has happened to me and Sean, like. And he came over to me, he's like, oh my god, I was just thinking of you. And I looked up to be like, where is Zep? Where's Zep anyway? And then you were standing there, looking all sad with tears in your eyes and needing a hug. That dude is my brother. Like, every time I see him, he's like, "What up?" And like, it's not even like that. Like he has a girlfriend, and she's there, and she's just like, she's got this beautiful smile, and I've known her before I knew him. We hang out together, and then when I leave, they're like, "Come in, wanna come with us?" Sometimes I'm the third wheel, but that's fine. Because when she's not around, Sean's always there for me. And when he's not around, she's there for me. See what I mean? So no matter what, I have a brother or sister in that couple. And him and I are on the same wavelength. Like, oh my god, when we sit there and start talking about stuff, like, there's some stuff that we talk about that's deep on a spiritual level that only him and I understand. So it's part of our upbringing, it's part of the way we were raised and things we were taught. So it's kind of too deep to talk about now, but I don't know, we could do a stream some other time maybe. But yes, just some very big theological type stuff, and you need to be educated or, indoctrinated a bit to understand what somebody's talking about. Otherwise, it goes over your head. It's kind of like, you can't just go talk to a Buddhist monk and listen to them for 5 minutes and be like, oh, okay, I understand fully every single enlightenment you've just told me. No, you have to experience it and go through it and meditate on it yourself. So, yeah, deep. That's me and Sean. We're family. He said he might want to travel. I was like, well, I got a van. Do you have a license? I don't want to drive. So, who knows what we might do. We might become a traveling hippie family. I'd love to be like that. I'll still stream, but instead of gaming, I'll be mostly talking to you, but probably with like a view of the ocean in the background. Wouldn't that be sick? That could be my reality right now if I had followed that direction. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter where you end up. Just live in the moment. Keep trying. Keep persisting. Never give up. Never surrender. A true competitor never surrenders. That's what Laserbeam says. And that's what we say. In game on 2 health, hiding behind a boat that's run out of fuel. Only to survive while surrounded by 15 people. The surviving squad runs off, and you jump out to grab health, mat up, loot up, and go on to win the game. Yep, I know it's possible because I've done it, and I clipped that, so feel free to go check it out. It's in my folder called A True Competitor Never Surrenders. That's what Laserbeam says. And that's life. Can we relate that to life? Let's all be true competitors, yeah? One time? Just one time? I was doing long distance running at school. Um, I ended up with my lizard's watching me. He's listening to me. Oh, he loves egg. I better save him some of this. Ended up winning the race and the 800-meter race, and so the school wanted to put me in like the regionals or the whatever. So I had to go join like the go to the next level. And so I went. I practiced and I trained and I raced against. But I was never a good runner in short races. All the other kids would beat me. Out of like 10 kids or 15, I'd always come like, I don't know, third last or fifth last. I was never a fast runner when the teacher would be like, okay, ready, go. Let's go outside and just have a quick running race. Sometimes they'd do that just to get our blood pumping. But one day I went in the school sports 800 meter because I hadn't put my name down for anything yet, and I had to. I was forced to, so alright, I'll do that. I'll just walk it if I don't feel like it. And I guess I didn't realize how far 800 meters was. So anyway, I started running and I wasn't even trying, but then I realized that everyone else was like not running that fast either because, you know, long distance, you start slow and you run at the end. And I was like, wow, I'm ahead of these people. What the? I'm going to keep going. So I tried a bit harder. And I was running fast, but I still wasn't sprinting, you know? And then by the end, like, I mean, by the first turn of the oval, I was in the lead. Actually, the entire race, I was pretty much in the lead. Hang on. Oh, someone's here. That's okay. They're here to see someone else. Um, yeah, so I kept looking behind, seeing people that used to be way faster runners than me. And I'm like, I'm in front of them. And I just kept going and going. And then I won the race. So yeah, they put me in regionals. But it wasn't my thing. Everyone else there was like way better than me and actually tried. Although I did, like I said, I trained for a few weeks leading up to it. I practiced, but I was amateur. I'm not as good as them. And yeah, I came like third or something. But my heart wasn't in it. So what's my point? Never give up, never surrender in sports and life. Also, sometimes you might not be the fastest person in the race, but that's just because you're a long distance runner. And you never knew. And then I found out, my mum, when she found out I won the race, she was like, oh, well, that doesn't surprise me. Your uncle was a professional long distance runner. I was like, really? Oh, so isn't that funny? It runs in the family. Haha, see what I did there? Long distance running runs in the family. Being a professional at it, so don't forget. This was me looking at you, looking at me, looking at myself. Don't forget to keep running. Sometimes it just takes longer than you think it is going to. Hmm. Deep. I'm gonna. I feel like I'm gonna end my stream and start it again just so I can clip this because that was a very profound, eye opening message for myself to remember and for all of you to remember. Sometimes it's not about winning the race, winning the short races, but if you keep running, you might just win the long ones. Hmm. Keep running because sometimes you might just find out you're a long distance runner. That's the message. Clip that.